Hello and welcome to another channel update video, a big channel update video, and that's a little bit of a misleading clickbaity kind of title, but it is a big channel update. There isn't a big update, but there's a lot of things that I want to talk about, and I'll try and rattle through them as quickly as possible, which knowing me could take anywhere from 10 to 40 minutes, but I'll try my best. I'll try my best with this one. So first and foremost, there's a number of things I want to touch on channel update wise. Number one is the Aniasvada videos that I'm putting up currently. There's the 24-hour movie marathons, the Epic Film Challenge 2, Conquering My Collection, and Asian Cinema Season 2. So those are kind of the five main things I want to touch on, giving you an update on videos on my channel and that sort of thing. So first of all, the Aniasvada videos I've been putting up, I'm really happy with how they're turning out so far. In general, I'm just having the time of my life going through the Criterion box set, the complete films of Aniasvada, and I'm putting a lot of time into the reviews. I'm ripping all of the Blu-rays, getting images from all the films and all the extras and clips from the extras and clips from the films, and so I'm going as in-depth as I feel like I can manage while still working my way through the films and all that kind of thing. The views aren't really there. There's no comments, which initially was a little bit disheartening, but I realized very quickly that this was never going to be a popular series for my channel, because Anies is not exactly the most talked about director. I think she has a lot of fans out there, but the people who are a fan of her work are big fans like me, and I'm really get really excited about her stuff. But generally speaking, it's not. It's niche. It's still pretty niche. I could put up a video about 4K Blu-rays and all that kind of stuff, and it would get a lot more attention. Or Blu-rays in general. But and I was wondering, am I going into this box set with too much depth? Because I could go through the whole thing and then maybe do like an hour-long discussion of the entire thing. But I want to go through everything and give everything its kind of due time and discussion, and so I'm really enjoying going through it that way. It's taken me a long time, but I'm enjoying the process of that, and I think that in years to come, if YouTube sticks around, then there'll be more people coming to her films and then looking at YouTube videos. I find that sometimes that I'll get comments on videos I made years ago, and it'll be like a big surge of like comments on this one particular video. So obviously it gets kind of like scooped up by the algorithm and starts recommending it to people who are watching similar movie related videos, and so that's kind of cool. And hopefully that'll be the same with the Anies videos, because I at the moment I'm planning to complete the entire box set. It'll probably take me a few months, I think. If not, I might just, knowing me, I might abandon it and it might take years. But how great would it be for me to, at the end of that box set, have like, it would be over 40, maybe even 50 videos on everything in that box set, and all of the films giving their own video. So I thought, that's something I really want to do. So I'm doing it, I'm enjoying it, and hopefully you guys will stick around, even though I'm uploading a lot of them, and it might not be to your interests. So that's the Anies stuff. And then the title, Anies Forever. With any great filmmaker, artist, I think their work does live forever, and videos like this are kind of a good way to talk about that, and then the videos will be there indefinitely for people to go and find and discover whenever they want, because there's not a whole lot of people talking about her films on YouTube. In fact, with the release of that box set, there was a lot of people making videos and unboxings. Like, oh, this is really great to see. But it kind of stops there. People get the box set and it's nice and shiny and it's got all these films and extras, and then you don't really see. But that's just me being super keen and getting right into making videos about it as well, I should say. So that's that. Where do we go? 24-hour movie marathon. So I want to thank everyone for the support on the recent release of my 24-hour movie marathon, Completing Carpenter Project, the John Carpenter 24-hour movie marathon. Super happy with how it turned out. I got there in the end. It took me like a year and a half to make that video. Not from start to finish. It took me maybe a couple of months to edit the video, but it took a year and a half of intermittent, working on it to get it done. The live premiere was great. I want to thank everyone who turned up. I did film a vlog during that. I did like a live premiere vlog, but I don't know if I'm happy with it. I might go back and see and maybe fiddle around with it and stuff and post it. But yeah, just the people who turned up for like 3, 4, 5, 6 hours all night. I did pick the right day and Sunday where people probably wouldn't be doing things, but at the same time, I really appreciate people turning up for that. It was a shitty day for me, and so it really lifted up my spirits, and it was fun. And I didn't expect to be sat there for the whole 6 hours, but I was, and we were chatting in the live chat on the side of the video, and it was great. So the only problem was it died 10 minutes before the ending, and it was kind of heartbreaking because it was the main thing I wanted to see people's reactions to, was that ending skit that I filmed inside my local cinema, tribute to the end of In the Mouth of Madness. And so I was really happy with how that skit turned out. I could stand to be a lot happier with it. It didn't entirely work out, but just, it was something really cool that I'm glad I got to do. And I kind of got robbed of the live reactions to that, which is a real shame. But there's been people commenting on it. There's people still watching it. Obviously, it takes a long time to watch a video like that for normal people who don't have like 6 hours to kill on a Sunday evening. But it was a huge success as far as I'm concerned. And you talk about views with like the Aniasvada videos. Carpenter one had no problems, just shot straight up to 1,000 views within like the first day, I think. And so yeah, it's been really positive, like super positive, and I got a lot of good feedback from it. Even one of my friends who isn't in the YouTube community has listened to most of it, which is really nice, actually. Anyway, so moving forward, I now have to work on Marathon 8, which is the 2019 main marathon. So I got another one to finish from last year, from 2019, and that is 24-hour movie marathon 8, the last marathon. So that one is going to take me probably a couple of months to edit the marathon section, and then there's a lot of skits that I've done. There's a different concept for that one, and I've done kind of half of it, so there's a lot more to film. I'm kind of in a race against time. Fingers crossed my teeth stay in my mouth so I can film all that stuff, because I need to wait for my head to grow out just a little bit longer so the footage matches. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about the fucking spots that are appearing all over my face because I'm wearing a face mask every day at work. I think that's probably why the skin's getting irritated, but at least if I can get the hair and the teeth looking normal, then I can film the rest of the skits for Marathon 8 and get the other things sorted out. So that one I'm hoping to release maybe in October. I'm not going to commit to anything though, but at least by the end of the year to get it finished and done. Then there's Marathon 9, which me and Connie did this year in 2020. It's the 2020 marathon. So that's 24-hour movie marathon 9 Generations, and that's going to be a different concept again, to the point where there's not really going to be many skits in that one. It's going to be quite different, and maybe the mark of moving forward in a different way for the 24-hour movie marathon. But so that one shouldn't take me as long, actually. So I think that there is a possibility I could get Marathon 8 and 9 done by the end of the year, which would be great, because then for 2021... I can just do a marathon and then just make sure it's edited within that calendar year. That would be great. That would be the dream, I think, because it's slipped away from me these past couple of years, and it's been a rough couple of years, so it's been tricky. Anyway, and I've been distracted. Like, if I hadn't started doing the Aniasvada videos, which has taken up a lot of my time, I'd be like really getting into the thick of Marathon 8, but I need to kind of manage my time better. But, it is what it is. Sometimes with YouTube, you get really amped up about making videos, as I do. Other days, you're just like, why do I even do it? What's the point? It's such a waste of time. But I always come back around again to loving doing it. And then there's been a lot of really like shitty comments recently as well, which, it really is water off a duck's back up to a point. If you do this for as long as I have, so I've been doing this consistently now, on a weekly basis since I think 2011, so coming up on about 10 years. Would it be 10 years, Nick? Yeah, okay. So next April, it would be 10 years of running this channel without real. I think there was one time I didn't post videos for about a month. It's about the longest break I've ever taken, so... it takes a lot out of you, but at the same time, you get really used to and accustomed to really shitty comments. But there's just a lot of them lately, and it'll hit me on the wrong day, and it's like, fuck, man, And I'll talk about that in just as, I don't know if I should I might make a separate video about the Zatoichi situation, actually. I think I'll do that just to fully clarify that. But yeah, so, I've been getting down about it, but then I always come back around again to just being like, I love doing this. I love talking about films and making videos. It's fun. It's my hobby. And I'll continue to do it. Anyway, so where was I going with that? The movie marathons, yes, 8 and 9, they're coming. I think they're pretty good, and I think that they're a nice counterpoint to the Carpenter one, which was just me. You get me and Connie in 8 and 9, so it's like the dynamic between the two of us is coming back to the marathons. Okay. Epic Film Challenge 2, I've been trying to focus on that a little bit, and it's been tricky because I always want to get Connie involved, and it's difficult to decide on a movie. But we've filmed about 5 or 6 new episodes actually. So we've even filmed the 300th episode. I decided to make a specific film the 300th episode. So I think there's about 30 videos to go before we get there. So I'd really like to hit 300 episodes by the end of the year, but that's probably that's probably not going to happen. You know, it is what it is. And that's a series that I've been doing for 7 years. This month, August 2020, marks the 7-year anniversary of the Epic Film Challenge 2. 1,001 movies you must see before you die. And yeah, it's, man, when will I ever finish that one? I've no idea. The longer it goes on, I kind of enjoy it. It's just like, fuck, is it going to take me like 2 decades? I don't know. But yeah, so there'll be some of those coming, but I'll try and space them out a little bit. I've also been trying to like film a lot of stuff so that, you know, if the teeth situation gets worse and I have to have teeth removed or whatever, then I'll have a lot of like stuff in the backlog filmed that I can then space out and keep the channel going, kind of thing. Not because I feel like I need to, or I owe it to any of you, or that I feel like I have to keep up a schedule, because one, I don't have a schedule, but two, I just like the fact that it's a consistent channel. You know, it might not be day-to-day consistent or week-to-week, but, you know, I'm always pretty much consistently posting stuff, and I just like that continuity, I guess. So I want to, you know, try and film as much as I can. So I'm currently sitting on a lot of filmed videos already, with the exception of the Aniasvada stuff, which I'm pretty much just filming and editing straight away because there's so much to get through. So Epic Film Challenge 2, I want to keep going with that and trying to pick up the pace a little bit. Conquering My Collection is one that I can't believe I didn't really work on during lockdown. I want to make a video about Disney Plus, actually. I might do that after this because, yeah, okay, Disney Plus. Shelve that for another time. In lockdown, I watched quite a few Blu-rays that I'd never seen before, and I just didn't make the videos, you know, and then now details are starting to drift away in my mind, but there's some that I have filmed for and already made the videos, and they're finished on my desktop even, and there's a few more I want to make as well, so those will be coming as well. I like doing the Conquering My Collection. That's another one I want to pick up the pace on when I can. And then Asian Cinema Season 2. So if you're unaware, that was a season of videos on my channel that I did in, I think, September and October of 2019. And it was a 6-week takeover of the channel. There was at least one video a day, sometimes multiple videos. It was a huge project. I worked in it for about a year, pre-making videos. There was a couple of collaborations in there, lots of reviews of films from the continent of Asia. And it was a nice sequel to my 2017 Asian cinema season. So I really loved doing that, but there was a lot of things I didn't get to. And so that was kind of like a bummer. I was like, oh man, because I made a trailer for it, and there was all these clips. And I was so happy with that trailer, how it turned out. And I felt like I needed to like deliver on that trailer, because there's quite a few films and even directors I mentioned in that trailer that I never got around to covering in the thing, because, you know, there was so many videos, which, you know, maybe wasn't the best idea, but I loved the kind of, you know, making it a proper season, just like multiple stuff every day if possible, just like a film festival almost. Even though it's just me talking about films, it doesn't really mean much. I know, I understand. But there's a couple of things that I wanted to continue and finish from Asian Cinema Season 2. So I said at some point this year that I was just going to continue Asian Cinema Season 2 until I'd finished everything I wanted to, and just release a video here and there that has the Asian Cinema Season 2 marking in the title. But I've decided to just let that die now. It's done. It was what it was. But there are a few things I'm going to continue from that. Number one is the Studio Ghibli with Connie episodes. I'd like to do a few more of those maybe in the future. Not really a priority, but if it ever if it ever crops up, I should say, I'll leave that in for free. Then, you know, I can do another one of those. But the main two is the Bruce Lee Legend, which was a series of reviews that I started on the films of Bruce Lee, or at least the fave. Leave that one in for double free. The mainline 5 Bruce Lee films that I have in this Bruce Lee collection. Didn't get the Criterion yet because I already have this box set. Down the line, though, for sure I'm interested in that. So I did, in that series, I think, pretty good reviews, in my opinion, for Fist of Fury, which isn't the first one. Don't know why I showed that one first. The Big Boss, which is the one I started with. Let me reorder those in my hand. And then I also did Way of the Dragon, which was like a childhood favorite. And I really was really happy with the way that the 3 reviews I did for these films turned out. I used like clips from the films, I used like pictures and stuff, put a bit of extra effort into it, like I'm doing with the Aniasvada videos. And so what I have to do next is an Epic Film Challenge 2 review of Enter the Dragon. and then finally just a normal review of Game of Death. So I want to finish that because I was really proud of the 3 episodes I already made in the Bruce Lee Legend series, so I'd like to finish that and kind of round it off. And then the main one, actually, is, what did I call it? Project Jackie. So I can't remember, there's at least like 15 videos in that series within the series, and I'm currently like sorting through my collection, and my Jackie Chan stack of, like the Jackie Chan collection I have, it's like this massive. There's so many of them with like 88 films coming out with stuff, the Eureka releases. So there's more that I want to like revisit and do videos on, and loads I haven't seen for the first time. So I'm going to continue Project Jackie in a completely casual schedule whenever I feel like it. And I'll just keep the same thumbnail style, even with the Asian Cinema Season 2 logo, but it'll just continue as its own, just it could just go on forever, really. But there's loads of new Jackie Chan releases coming out. I've got the 2 new ones. You'll see that in an upcoming Blu-ray update. But yeah, Project Jackie, I want to continue. There's a lot more films I'd like to talk about and I'd like to see and react to. There's actually 2 that I've already watched that I could have made videos on. No, 3 even. It was Dragon Fist, The Protector, and Dragons Forever, which is such a huge one I was so excited for. So I'll probably rewatch some of those and make videos for those as well. So Asian Cinema Season 2 is done, it's finished, but Project Jackie and the Bruce Lee Legend will continue at some point. No timeline on that. 24-hour movie marathon 8 and 9 will be coming, hopefully both in the next like 6 months or so. Conquering My Collection's coming back. Epic Film Challenge 2 will be coming back. So I think it's been like since the beginning of lockdown that I posted any of the 1001 Movies reviews, and the Aniasvada videos will be coming thick and fast. Please just skip them if you're not interested, and we'll move forward. But there's so many other things, so many other videos, so many ideas. And here we go. Like I said, I want this to be like sub 10 minutes, but here we are. So anything else I can really comment on? I'm not sure. I'm going to make a separate video about the Zatoichi situation, and I'm going to make a video about Disney Plus and my thoughts on that as well. But there's more to come. I filmed a video about my first experiences with 4K. There's an hour-long discussion video with me and Connie talking about The Last of Us Part 2, in which he broke down crying, which was quite surprising. So there's that to post, there's that to come. And there's Blu-ray stuff. I might do some like collection videos. I'm trying to reorder everything, which is taking forever. I bit off far more than I could chew deciding to do this again. But yeah, so I could do like a section on my Criterions. I'd quite like to do videos on my Buster Keaton collection and my John Carpenter collection now that they're both like fully complete. And those are like collections where I have like about 20 Blu-rays each in those collections. So yeah, there's quite a few things I'd like to do Blu-ray wise. So lots to come. Hope you're looking forward to it. Looking down on the floor at my Bond set, I'd love to do a series about all the Bond films and review them, but there ain't the time. There really ain't the time, and that's my greatest curse, is that I have so many ideas of videos I want to make about films that there just isn't enough time, and the stuff that I do focus on, I've bitten off more than I can chew anyway. But I'll leave it there. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting by watching and commenting and liking and all that stuff. And particularly the Carpenter video, I was really like Sean's Aaron Isaac turned up for like 3-4 hours, and we were commenting and chatting, and that was great. So yeah, that is about it. Thank you. I'm trying to I'm almost like trying to grab at other things I can talk about, but I will definitely leave it there. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
He's alright by me. Apart from the fact he throws cans and calling into a tree. Yeah, he's really cool. Yeah, he's really cool. But he's not quite as cool as you.